In this ArcView 9.1 demonstration, we're going to show how to union two layers into one. And what this is going to do for us, we have a cut block layer, which is in brown here, and a buffers and wildlife corridor layer that is in the pink here. And what we want to do is we want to be able to, within our cut block layer, we want to be able to select just the portion of the stand outside of the buffer. So we're going to union the two. So what it's going to do is it's going to use the two are going to combine, and we're going to get a line that runs along right here. If you look at my movement on my mouse here, that will cut the cut block stand along that line. So you end up with a portion over here and a portion here which is contained in the buffer. And that way we'll be able to, we want to be able to select just that portion of the polygon that is outside the buffers, because those are the areas we're going to harvest. So to do this, you open up Arc Toolbox, and once you have Arc Toolbox open, you need to find the union, and the union layer is, as you can see, is under Arc Toolbox in Analysis Tools, or in Overlay, and here's the union tool. So we'll start the union tool by double clicking it, and once it's open, we're going to select the layers that we're going to union, and in this case we want the buffers and wildlife corridor. And the other one we're going to select is the cut blocks. And once we have them, you can go and name the output feature class. But what I've found, there must be a bug in the program, that if you go in and enter any other name other than for the file other than the default one that is chosen for you, it doesn't, it fails to run and doesn't seem to work. So just leave everything set to the default and click OK. And we'll let that program run. And now that it's complete, we'll close that, and you'll see that we now have a new layer here. And if we use the selection tool, you'll see that we should now have, now should be able to select stands. You can see that the polygon has been split here. We do have one problem in that we have one polygon, we have the two pieces that we want, but they're still being considered one polygon. So what we call that is multi-part, where we have more than one part to an individual polygon. And there's another tool we can use to run to pull those apart, and that's called multi-part to single part. So we want to be able to select and calculate the area of this portion we're going to harvest here and this one here, and have that separate. So we're going to go use that tool, and in order to, again, you have to find the tool in Toolbox, which sometimes can be a problem. So I'm just going to show you one way you can find a tool. You just go to search and type in a keyword. In this case, I think part is going to give me what I want, so I'm going to search for part within the toolbox. And it's giving me three things to choose from, and the one I want is multi-part to single part. And then I just click locate, and it finds it and opens up in the Arc Toolbox for me. So we'll just get that to run by double clicking. And now that it's open, we'll select the one we want, which was this one. Okay, and we'll just take the what I want to say here, the default setting for the file name, and click OK, and we'll let that run. And now that it's done, we'll close this window, and you'll see that we now have a new one. And you'll see now that when I go over here and when I go over here and select, I can now select the individual. Just a minute here. Oh, we need to, for our selection here, we need to set the layers that are selectable to just this one. You'll see now that there's two separate polygons that I can separate. One of the problems I did, mistakes I made, is, if you remember, I had this polygon selected when I did the multi-part single part, and because I had that polygon selected, it only ran that tool on that one polygon. So what I'm going to have to do now is go back to this layer, run the tool again, and run it on the whole layer instead of just that one selected polygon. So I'll go back there and unselect the polygon, and it'll run on the entire layer. So one little mistake here, but you still should be able to get the idea how it's done. Alright, so good luck with that.